What's up, y'all? I'm here. I'm doing it. YouTube channel. I am Dupree McCall. I am a truth seeker. I am a freedom worshiper. That's what I am, man. And creating this channel, man, that's my way to give back. Just gonna be dropping gems, random stuff, information, things that help me get to where I'm at now and places that I'm going. I'm constantly building financial freedom through financial education and financial literacy. So I'm gonna be making this channel just based on all three truth though, for real. So just lifestyle, random stuff, whatever the case may be. It's just my personal YouTube channel, but I really enjoy finances and the stock market and trading and Bitcoin and all things like that. So the channel is going to be based on things like that. So in today's video, I had an idea like, man, I feel like a lot of wealth building tools aren't taught in a way that's simplified, dumbed down, where it's easy to understand and easy to apply, right? At any level. You gotta be rich or anything like that, like you gotta start somewhere, right? But I think credit is a huge wealth building tool that if used correctly, you can utilize it to help you catapult yourself into financial freedom. So I'm gonna give you my personal little secret sauce. To be honest, like I know you gotta put the disclaimer. This is not financial advice. I'm not some financial guru. None of that, right? These are just things that I did and I was taught by my peers and mentors and things like that that I think work, and it put me in a good place to continue to grow my wealth. So when it comes to credit, let's start at all levels. Let's say you have no credit, beginning your credit. You're 18 years old, right? That's when I started. I think I got my first credit card at 18. So a lot of my financial literacy was self-taught, YouTube, internet. Like I said, I had a few, mentors and my peers and things like that. I picked their brains and got information and things from. But starting off building your credit, it's very important for you to build credit, right? And there's a way to do it. So when you first get your first credit card at 18, 19, when however old you are, they're going to offer you very low limits, right? Maybe $1,000, $500, because you have no credit history. You have a thin credit file, as they say, right? So you have no track record of how good you can manage your credit. If you can pay it off, if you can, not default and things like that. So when you first start, I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, when you get credit cards, as soon as you use it, pay it off, pay it off, pay it off. And I don't think that's necessarily true to begin with, right? Because you're building credit. So you have to play the credit game, right? You first get your first credit card, $1,000 limit. My suggestion would be, this is how I did it. You say you spend, $300, right? $400, when you first get your credit card. You want them to charge you interest, right? Because it's still a business, right? So you want to build credit, build a history of a relationship, but you also want to do business with people. And if you pay it off 100% every month, they're not getting any interest charge. It's not benefiting them really, right? Because credit cards charge these high APRs, 23, 24, all kind of crazy percents because they want to make money for allowing you to borrow their money, right? So you got to play into the game a little bit just to generate that credit wheel and that history and get things in motion, right? So you play the game back and forth. I would suggest the first six months, first 6 months, you play that game, right? You spend a couple $100 on it, you kind of let it just, you pay the minimum, right? Whatever it is, $20, $30. You do that for 6 months, so that way they can charge you interest on that $200, $300. So that way it just kind of generates your credit history and kind of get the emotions running. A lot of new cars offer 0 APR the first 6 months or a year or whatever, so obviously they're going to factor in there, but usually when you get brand new credits, it's kind of rare to get 0 APR. Who knows what's out there now, but whatever. So boom, do that for about 6 months, and then 6 months later, you have a little small credit history. You apply for your second credit card. They might give you a little increase, $500 increase, $1,000 increase. Play the same game with that credit card. So you kind of, rinse and repeat, do the same thing. I would say 3 cards max, right? Don't never max your cards out. Don't never spend the max on them. I'm not suggesting that. You just spend it a little bit that you can afford to pay off, right, from your income, your job, and just to get those wheels turning. Once you do that over a period of time, credit building takes a couple years, but once you kind of get a little 1-2 year history, you start getting tons of offers in the mail, Credit Karma, all these things. They'll start offering you more credit cards, and then your first credit cards, you'll get limit increases and things like that. So the goal is to build credit to get a big enough credit limit, so you can play the game, right? Because there's things you can do with credit if done correctly. It can help you do other things, start businesses, get loans for businesses, get loans for houses, get loans for Bitcoin, right? Do a lot of things. So that's the beginning phase, right? So once you get established credit history, now you have bigger offers, bigger credit cards, bigger limits. The goal is to build enough credit, get larger credit lines, and ultimately to help manage your credit and manage your money, you consolidate those, right? Meaning, if I build a history to last, 2 to 5 years, I've accumulated 5 credit cards, say, right? Just playing the game, not buying one credit card, maxing it out. Getting 5 and you sprinkling it around, you managing, you playing the game. You just start a little history here, paying them on time, right? Paying the minimum until you get to 6 months history, then you can start paying the full, so you're not getting charged a bunch of interest all the time, but you kind of start the credit report. And then you consolidate, right? So where I'm at now, I've built credit history for years, right? I've learned the game from running up credit, defaulting, messing my credit up. Like, it was all self-taught, right? I was a kid. Now I'm in a place now where I figured it out. You get all your credit card, I play the game, you get a high credit score, and you can offer the card. For example, I have an Amex, right? Platinum card. And it's unlimited because I built so much history, so much credit limit, that over the years, now I'm allowed to do this. This is my card I consolidate on, right? So now I put all those other 5, 6 high credit cards away. I pay them off, and now I put all my credit on one credit card. That way it helps me consolidate, I can focus, I can manage it. So it's one place, all my credit goes here, right? Boom. So that's how you build your credit, play the game, pay on time, do it, year after year. It probably takes a year or two, but once you get a good credit, then you can live your life on credit. And I'll make another video on why I do that, right? Because I charge my entire life on my credit card, just for fraud reasons, and I don't want people to have access to my actual liquid cash, my banks, my brokerages, things like that. So I charge my credit card, you get points, benefits, and also rewards, all type of things like that. Helps me manage it, consolidate it in one place. And that way, I can get bigger loans for starting my businesses. I have a credit limit to do all type of things, right? That way, I can use my cash, my liquid cash, for other things. Like I said, I'll make an additional video about money management and why I do that and what I use my cash for. Like I said, this is not financial advice. It's suggestions. It's what I do. Learning, and as I'm learning, I'm sharing. I continue to follow people. You can follow me on Twitter, Dupree D McCall. I'm heavy in the stock market. I trade every day. So you can just, follow me, man. See the journey, man. See my road to riches. Yeah. All right, YouTube, man. I'll be back. Another video soon. A money management video. Yeah.